Player spotlight of the day is Saints rookie wide receiver Chris Olave. Looking at Chris Olave's college stats, in 2019, he led Ohio State in receiving yards and touchdowns. And then in 2020, he led the team in receiving yards, touchdowns, and receptions. Justin Fields was the quarterback those 2 seasons. Chris Olave was his guy. In 2021, he ended up being 3rd in receptions and receiving yards, but did lead the team in touchdowns. 35 career touchdowns is pretty good. Looking at Olave's prospect profile, he did take some knocks for his strength and what he provides after the catch, but looking at the positives here, he's effective at separating at all levels. He can play inside or outside. The route running ability is sound, speed, ball skills. People knock his late declare, but I think he wanted first-round draft capital and to go for a championship in college. And he did get first-round draft capital. He was selected 11th overall, and the Saints actually traded up to go and draft Olave. The Saints do have 2 veteran wide receivers in Michael Thomas and Jarvis Landry. Michael Thomas right now is on the PUP, though. And although people are optimistic about him, the guy hasn't played in 2 years. Not saying that Michael Thomas will not have a good season or, won't play, but we're not entirely sure how things are going to look for him. Chris Olave right now is being drafted as the wide receiver 48 for fantasy. And I think there's a real chance he sees 100 targets in year 1. This is a list of players that hit 100 targets in 2021, and on the left is where they rank for total fantasy points during the year. Very few guys finish outside the top 30 in fantasy points. I also like Jameis Winston throwing the ball. So checking the boxes of having a good prospect profile, high draft capital, and the chance to have 100 targets. I like Chris Olave year 1 to be a potential flex with upside.